Welcome back to the channel, everybody. We have some major crypto news to talk about. This has been discussed by many. This has been discussed for a long time, but it was recently reignited by Michael Saylor. Of course, you can call him the Bitcoin father, the father of Bitcoin, the most bullish Bitcoin bull, whatever you want to say. Michael Saylor loves him some Bitcoin, so much so that he's literally made billions of dollars allocated toward this asset, and his company itself is backed in Bitcoin, which is crazy, and it's so bullish for our industry. Now, I do think what I'm about to talk about in this video not only helps Bitcoin, but it also helps crypto, at least this narrative. And this narrative has started to come up more and more and more. Now, this narrative that we're going to get into in this video is about Bitcoin specifically, but again, I think it's a wholly blank type of moment, because if this sort of thing, this idea that Saylor has and why he believes this comes true, what it does for the future of digital assets outside of just Bitcoin is going to be massive. And I want to kind of share my thoughts, highlight what this article kind of addresses a little bit in this video, guys. So before we jump in, if you could, go ahead and smash the like button. Consider subscribing to the channel if you get value out of this video or anything else on our channel. We cover a lot of different things every single day. Much appreciated that you show your support. And you could do that, obviously, for free by smashing the like button, dropping a comment, hit the subscribe button. But recently, Michael Saylor reaffirmed his role, or the role that Bitcoin plays as a reserve currency, as a reserve asset. So, of course, he has talked about this before, but now the conversation is shifting to the big stage. Of course, Donald Trump recently spoke at Bitcoin Nashville. Senator Lummis from Wyoming has already put forth a bill with help from Gillibrand and others to make Bitcoin part of strategic reserves. And Saylor had this to say, guys, recently. Okay, I want to share this with you. Said Bitcoin is the world's best strategic treasury reserve asset. And he was highlighting a recent post from Marathon. Now, Marathon Digital, if you're not familiar, one of the major mining stocks for Bitcoin and companies. You can invest in this company if you want exposure to Bitcoin mining. Kind of an interesting play in and of itself. But he says this, responding or highlighting a recent post from Marathon. The mining firm announced the completion of a $300 million convertible senior notes offering due in 2031. Marathon sold the notes in private offering to qualified institutional buyers, using the proceeds to purchase over 4,100 Bitcoin, valued right around $250 million. Marathon said it intends to use the remaining net proceeds from the notes' sale to acquire additional Bitcoin for general corporate expenses. The acquisition move showcases Marathon's commitment to increasing its Bitcoin reserves. It'll be interesting to see how this impacts the firm's finances and market positioning in the long term. And if you want Saylor's opinion, well, they've already done this. His company MicroStrategy took a similar path in June to accumulate Bitcoin. The firm bought additional Bitcoin from proceeds from the sales of 700 million convertible senior notes due in 2032. So people are starting to follow in Saylor's footsteps here. As reported by You Today, MicroStrategy now holds 226,500 Bitcoin in its reserves, establishing itself as a major model in its Bitcoin acquisition bid. Now, Saylor, a strong Bitcoin proponent, began purchasing the crypto in 2020 as an inflation hedge and cash alternative. Obviously, he's done tremendously well over time, buying the asset at all different levels, though, not caring what the price is. But Marathon's Bitcoin commitment here within the industry is a massive win. The firm recently formed a strategic partnership with NiceHash to create and test new solutions for more effective mining hardware usage. NiceHash will support Bitcoin miners seeking to increase their earnings following the halving event. This could lead to more miners entering the market, which could boost the credibility of the Bitcoin network. But this whole idea here, that strategy, the MicroStrategy has, obviously Michael Saylor, the CEO there, has, as Bitcoin as a reserve asset. Here's what I want to talk a little bit about in this video. It doesn't have to be a full-fledged reserve asset even. I mean, in and of itself, that would be interesting. But I think when you start to see companies like Marathon, like MicroStrategy, obviously it'd be great if we get into governments. And Saylor did a great job of outlining, what happens when governments start getting in, big corporations and retail. And the price predictions are just astronomical, right? But we're already seeing it happen, guys. We're already seeing it happen. And I'm going to give you guys some examples here in this video. We have 4 out of 50 states right now already adding Bitcoin into their pension funds. Okay. Yes, this isn't a reserve asset scenario, but it's adopting Bitcoin. It's moving the ball forward. We also can think about it this way. Imagine if some of the big companies, maybe some of the FANG stocks like Facebook and Apple and Netflix and Google and Microsoft, some of these wonderful 7 or whatever, magnificent 7, NVIDIA. What if these companies start holding Bitcoin on their balance sheet? Now, there are companies already doing this, big and small, but we're nowhere near where we could be. Imagine, let's say, some of the biggest companies in the world just make 1-2% of their reserve in Bitcoin. And I think that's what Michael Saylor was getting at. I was there live at his discussion in Nashville. And he said, all it's going to take is a breaking point. All it's going to take is enough examples like MicroStrategy is proving for other companies like Marathon just did to step in the game, to step in the arena, to give this a shot, to give this a chance. Slowly but surely, these big corporations, they start taking chances. I mentioned, there's 4 out of 50 states right now with their retirement funds. I kind of look at this and basically draw a parallel with like the cannabis industry. You might be saying, Zach, you're crazy. Not really. Because once other states started to see how much money these states that legalized cannabis were making, it's very similar to Bitcoin, right? It's a copycat league. Once these other states start to see, oh my gosh, wait a minute, what's going on over there? They're putting this in their retirement funds and they're winning here in the long term because Bitcoin is the best asset we've ever seen. That's what we hope they see and wake up and smell the roses, smell the coffee, right? But what Michael Saylor has done here is nothing short of amazing. He has created a conversation that is now infiltrating politics and some of the largest corporations and companies in the world. And he's done this in a short amount of time. And I think more and more companies, more and more governments, states, and institutions are slowly going to get on board here. And now with these ETFs in place, it is a safe asset to invest in. And I think with the sky is the limit here in terms of where we could go. So the fact that Michael Saylor has reignited this and will continue to do so, hopefully day after day, week after week, month after month, is what we need. Remember, here on this channel, we are playing the long game when it comes to crypto. Yes, we trade short-term options and swing trades and all of that. But when it comes to Bitcoin, we buy and hodl. That's what I do personally. It's not financial advice. That's just me telling you what my strategy is with Bitcoin. I'm following the smart money, the BlackRocks, the Michael Saylors, the Marathon Digitals of the world on this one. Let me know what you guys think about all of this down below. I love that he reignited this conversation and the fact that he's always doing it. We need more of this. We need more of this. Let me know your guys' thoughts. Give me your opinions. What do we need to see in terms of all of this? Do we need to see a full-on reserve currency? Will we get that? Remember, Bitcoin's global too. Bitcoin is global. Maybe it makes sense for certain parts of the world or certain countries compared to others. We shall see. But I know one thing. Bitcoin is being adopted at a fast rate. And we are in a space so damn early. I can't wait to see where we go. If you want to follow along my journey and be alongside for the ride, make sure you do subscribe down below. And we will see you guys in the next video. Until next time, peace out.